And now, from Glasgow.
So, hello, welcome to my little weekly update. Today is Sunday the 26th of May. I'm recording this at 7 in the morning. I'm just about to go. You should be seeing this at about 6 o'clock, hopefully, and by which time I will be in Manchester. So, I have titled this week's weekly update as Everything's on its way, because that pretty much does sum everything up. So first of all, I'm on my way or have arrived to Manchester. Those that don't know, I work a very funny schedule. I'm a bus driver in Scotland, but I do loan work away. So I'm away for 3 weeks, and I'm home for 3 weeks, and I'm away for 3 weeks, and I'm on holiday for a week. I've just done my 3 weeks home, Scotland, and I'm about to start a brand new venture. The London contract's come to an end, and I'm about to start a venture in Manchester. I have to report for duty at 7 o'clock on Monday morning. God knows what they're going to say. Probably some kind of weird depot induction, and usually with buses, especially in London, actually, they do this a lot. They basically say, here is a bus that you have been driving for 20 years. Because you've never driven it here, we have to give you a lesson in driving it. It's just one of these funny little red tape things. So why have I titled this video Everything's on its way? Well, first of all, I'm on my way to Manchester. Secondly, Robocops are on their way. Eddie Stobart's on its way. Unfortunately, that will arrive on Tuesday, so I can't do any filming on that. There's a package of Gauntlet on its way, and there will be some Lancasters on their way, but that's a slightly different story. Right, so last week I gave you a double dose of ET. I've just done a load of uploading so that I've got all the videos ready for the next 3 weeks. I am going to continue to do Robocop every 2 weeks, and temporarily I'm doing ET on Tuesday as well. This means that it's basically going to go Robocop ET, ET, Robocop ET, ET, or something like that. I am loaded up with videos all the way until I'm on holiday. So you have got a grand total of 2 double episodes for Robocop, 23, 24 coming out tomorrow, 25, 26 coming out on the 10th of June, which is 2 weeks away. That sounds ages away, doesn't it? It's only just, I feel we've only just finished April. We're in the middle of May, or we're not really in the middle of May now, are we? And June is just around the corner, and 10th of June sounds like the middle of June. So you have got ET issue 11 coming on Tuesday, 12 and 13 next Monday, then 14, 15 the day after. The 11th of June you got 16, 17, and then on the 17th of June ET 18, 19, and finally issue 20 on the 18th of June, which is when I will be back. Wednesday. So I am currently in the process of uploading a single ET, and I'm ever so sorry about this. ET, did I just say ET? I'm in the process of uploading a single issue of Eddie Stobart. So, as you guys know, 2 things have happened. First of all, they've given us this goddamn ugly floor. This is one of floor 4 panels. I've made a video. We've only got 3 of the panels. The 4th one is issue 135, which I haven't actually received yet, but we know it's coming, so I've made the video already on the assumption this will happen. That gives us a grand total of 5 issues to come. 4 issues should be with us shortly. It's actually going to be with me on Tuesday. One will obviously be an issue I've covered. What I've then done is I've made a new floor, which is supposed to imitate a flanell. Basically, it's a rubbery floor. So I've done the floor panels, and you know, if you're not into doing tons of work, with very little effort, you can turn this into this. Last week I did the shortened version, and on this Wednesday we've got the long version. Now the 3rd plan is currently sitting behind me. I'll give you a bit of a spoiler. It's not gone 100% smooth, but this is part 1 of the new wooden flooring. It looks very, very ugly at the moment because it's just the beginning. And it's also, I forgot to flatten it, so it's all over the place. Unfortunately, I ran out of time and I haven't had a chance to finish it, and I could have rushed it and I could have given you an absolutely terrible video, and I know that most of you guys will agree with me it's better to wait. So on that basis, I am going to do a little bit of fiddling. That floor won't come out until the 26th of June. By the time I come back from holiday, I should have some more issues. I believe it's 135 for the last piece of the floor, 136, 137, 138 for the roof panels. Now I've already seen the roof panels. There's 4 of them. So what I think I will do is I will make another 4 issues in one video, which will go out on the 19th of June, which will be the floor panel, the roof panels. Now, the rumour is that they are sending us the final 6 issues in one pack. I haven't seen that. No official evidence from Harsh yet. I've only heard that on the grapevine. So take that however you want. You know how rumours go in the part work world. So obviously if there is 6 issues, I will then do that final issue and I will release that on the 26th of June. That will give me an entire week to get that floor done. So the floor will come out after the roof panels. It's the only way I can get the time coming. There will be no gauntlets on a Thursday because I haven't got any. Now, Fan Home, the way they seem to do it is if you have a pack delayed, the next pack will still come out on time. Now I am 2 packs behind. I've just paid for 1 pack. Any day now I may pay for another pack. If that payment goes through in the next week, I would expect to have some gauntlets, 2 packs of gauntlets by the time I come back. So that will be 10 issues of gauntlet because there's 5 to a pack. I'm not going to rush in and get loads and loads done and get a catch up done because we don't know if the next pack will be delayed. But what I will do is make sure that you have got four odd weeks of gauntlet. Lancaster on Friday, that's been put on hold for I don't know how long, and I will explain why in a little while. And then Saturday scale models, again, I haven't completed any. I keep saying this every week and I do apologise. I am from now on not going to release a scale model series until I've completed the whole lot. So if I have to do 10 videos, I will produce 10 videos, then I will release 1 a week. That way, once a series starts, you will get the entire series. I've just not been able to get anything done. And then obviously that takes us on to next Sunday, which is my next channel update. I will give you a channel update next week because I'm pretty sure some of you are keen to know what it's like in Manchester. So let's talk about me in the last week or two. Last week I said that I was getting a little bit fed up. There's a certain amount of negativity, and I do honestly feel that that negativity is aimed at selected people. It's almost like there's two clubs of people. If you're in this club, you will be treated very, very well. If you're in this club, you will be almost shunned, treated not as well as people. And I feel I'm in that club. If I'm out of order, you're entitled to that opinion. But I feel I'm not out of order. I have, in the last week, completely and utterly lost my mojo to the point that all I've done on my days off is lay in bed all day or play Football Manager. And Football Manager's a daft game for me because I do cheat. I buy the little save game editor and I make all my players awesome. And my average result is a 10-0 win. Do you know what? It's just what keeps me going sometimes. I had one day, I started doing some more work on my Lancaster. This is the 48 scale Lancaster. And I started working on it for about 5 minutes. And I just burst into tears. So then I started something else, which is a wrecker truck, which it was partially completed when I bought it. And I've started doing some more work on it. And then I just stopped and I just couldn't do any more. And then the next day I got up and I looked at it and I just went, I can't do it. And I just sat there crying most of the day. Yes, it's probably the depression. It's probably not the depression. I really don't know. Am I allowed to say that? Does that scare people? Oh, let's just be happy. It's not always as simple as that, is it? I have a little theory, and that is that there's people out there with bigger problems than me. So we all focus on those other people, and so do I. There's people that need help in various ways. And they're a lot worse off than me. And it's, when you see someone with a real problem, real big problem, it's easy to forget that other people have problems as well. Now, I'm not in such a bad state as some people, so we all focus on them. Maybe it's an attention thing. Maybe because other people are like, oh, let's deal with so-and-so. Maybe my little brain is going, what about me? I really don't know. I haven't done any lives this week. I've done my own live. I did do a live, and do you know what? For the first time ever, I just could not wait to finish it. And as soon as one of my, I think I did have a guest on or something. No, I had Natasha on. And do you know what? She said the best thing possible. She goes, oh, I'm going to have to go now because the meds are kicking in. Fine, that's absolutely. I was kind of really hoping for that because as soon as she said I'm going, I said, well, I'll finish the stream as well. That's not good, is it? The fact that I can't wait to finish a stream, and I just don't want to do anything. Maybe it's me worried about Manchester. I really don't know. We'll see what happens in the next week. I'm actually driving down to Manchester this time. It's only a 4-hour drive. The main reason I'm driving down is because I've still got loads of my hobby stuff in the hotel in London. So one point on my day off, I need to drive down to London, pick it all up. My 3 options basically are go down on the train, but I don't think I can get all of my stuff in one trip. So I'd have to do 2 trips down on the train. The cost of that 2 return tickets, Manchester to London, is going to be roughly the same cost as hiring a car for the day. So I was thinking I might actually just hire a car. I may have a little guest with me. Might do a little shorts video or something, I don't know. And then I just thought, well, do you know what? I'll risk taking my car. It's going to save me the cost of car hire. My car is a bag of crap, but you know, it goes. Every day I think this is the last day it's going to work, and then it just performs wonderfully. Um, it ought to, the amount of money I spend on it, repair bills. But I just can't afford to buy a new car, so it's one of those things where I bought that car for about £500, and the cost of second-hand cars just seemed to have gone through the roof. I can't seem to find a half decent second-hand car. When I say half decent, I'm talking about 10 to 15 years old in good shape. I can't seem to find anything for about less than £2,000. So every year I put the car through the MOT, and they give me a quote, and it costs me around about £500 to get it through the MOT. And yeah, it's probably not worth spending £500 on an MOT, but for £500 I've just bought a car for another year, haven't I? Even if I went out and bought a new car for £2,000, where's the guarantee that for the next 4 years I'm not going to spend hundreds of pounds to get it through the next MOT? For those of you outside of the UK, we have a thing called an MOT. It's a yearly safety check, and then you have to get your car repaired and certain things. It's I'll be honest with you, it's a load of bullshit. It seems that the things that will fail or pass the MOT aren't really that. You can have this, that and the other. Your engine can be ready to blow, and it'll pass the MOT, and you got a little hole in your seat belt, and it's failed the MOT. It's daft little things like that. So as you probably just deduced, I'm not going to get many days off for the first week or two in Manchester, because the first day off I get, I'm going to be going down to London. I'll try and produce something in the way of a video of my day out. So that might be fun. We'll see what it's like. So yeah, no modelling definitely for the first week. Now the rumour is at Manchester, normally when I was in London, excuse me, sorry, I know I shouldn't be smoking on a pre-recorded video, but hey, it's my video. So when I was in London, just like all of you, I do a day's work, I come home, I've got a couple of hours to myself, then I go to bed and I get up for work the next day, and then every so many days I get a day off. And what I'd be doing is I could do small little things on a model on that little bit of time off, which is dead handy, because sometimes you want to paint the cockpit and then you want to let it go dry and you want to leave it overnight. So that little half an hour to an hour every night is a bit handy. If you had a day off, there's not really, you can't do that much more in a day off, because we have a guest. You can't do that much more in a day off, because you get up in the morning, you do a bit of paint spraying, and then you want to leave it overnight until it goes really dry. What do you do for the rest of the day? Well, no modelling. Now, what I'm hearing with Manchester is that they're 12-hour days with an hour's travel each way. So that's pretty much me going to work, coming home, going to bed. Now, if that is the case, I'm not going to be working any rest days. There's no way I'm doing a 70-hour basic week and then working a day's overtime. Don't know what the money's going to be like. The hourly wage is a little bit lower than London, as you would expect, but it's more hours. So it could be that I earn more money, and obviously I always do have that option of doing one rest day, which will give me a little bit extra money. But I really need to see what I get out of a basic week before I decide whether I'm doing overtime. I might have it all wrong. Remember, I said if I hear rumour, if I don't hear it from an official source, it's not 100% believable. And most of what I'm hearing is coming from other drivers who may or may not have done Manchester already. So, it might be going in for 4 hours and getting paid 10 hours for it, and then that's it, in which case I'll do as many rest days as they want. They might have got it wrong. I might be doing 16-hour days. By the way, when I say a certain number of hours in a day, I'm talking working, not driving. There are laws on how much I can drive. I'm allowed to drive a maximum of 10 hours a day, but you can still do a 14-hour day because you might be doing non-working stuff. So don't worry about me breaking my limit. Also, if anyone thinks about maximum number of hours in a week, that doesn't apply to me because I'm not driving on a tachograph. With domestic laws, the only statutory rest period I have is I must have 1 day off in 2 weeks. So don't worry about me going over the hours. You can tell I'm going away today because these cats are extra affectionate. Cats have a new toy which I can't show you. My neighbour, she bought her cat a little cat tree, and she messaged me. She said, "Do you want a cat tree for your craft room?" Because my cat's just not using mine. I went, "Yeah, always." So I put the cat tree in the craft room. Let's do a little swivel of the camera, shall we? And then you can see all the mess in my room. So there it is, just there. It's not a massive one. So when I put it in the craft room, the cat spent about half an hour just sniffing it. Because obviously they could smell another cat. And then this little one, the brave one, she climbed up on top of it. And now every morning they come in, they have their usual playtime fighting each other, and they use that cat tree. And what's really funny is you've got a box on the bottom which has got a little house in it. The next level up is a big square platform that's attached by 2 posts. And then on top of that is a smaller platform that's only attached by 1 post. So obviously if they sit on the end too much, it could snap. This little one, she either sits right in the bottom in the house or halfway up. Shadow, the big heavy cat, sits on the weakest one right at the top. Isn't that always the way? So that's it. That's all I can think of. One other bit of news, and I'm rather excited about this. I have said that I'm close to going monetized. Now, I'm not particularly bothered about being able to earn supers and shopping and memberships, because that relies on you dipping into your pocket to give me something, of which YouTube then takes their cut. Obviously, I'm not ever going to say no to a super or a thanks or whatever it is. But I was so many hundred watch hours away. I am currently sitting on, right now at 20 past 7 in the morning. It says the data is correct at the 20th of May, so it's 6 days behind. I am currently sitting on 929 subscribers, 2,990 public watch hours, of which I need 3,000. So I am 10 watch hours away. Now, I don't normally beg people to watch or subscribe or this, that or the other, but I need 10 watch hours, so I'm going to ask you all a favour. If you could find one of my videos from my back catalogue and watch it for 15 minutes, you know, you don't have to watch the whole thing. If collectively, if you could watch half an hour, that would be fantastic. If collectively you guys could all watch 10 hours between you, if half of you, in fact, listen, if 100 of you watched 1 minute, that's 100 minutes. That's not 100 hours, is it? So if 100 of you, 100 of you could watch 15 minutes, that's 10 hours. Is that right? No, that's 25 hours. You get, my maths has gone. It's Sunday morning. Basically what I'm saying is, if everyone could just give a little bit, I would really, really appreciate that. I'm also looking to push, I need another 1,000 hours on top of that. and another 71 subscribers, and then I can hit the adverts. Once the adverts start, then from what I hear, you don't earn a lot of money from YouTube, but it means that if I can get a little bit of advertising revenue in, you're probably already watching adverts on my channel, but all of that advert revenue is going into YouTube's pocket. Another update as well is I'm going to start using Rumble. It's a new platform. It looks like it's more set up for the streamer, and I really want to push myself on Rumble. I'm not going to continue any existing projects on Rumble, but once I get new content, you know, from episode 1, that will be going on Rumble. I've just got to figure it out. And I need to get 5 followers, which is the same as a subscriber, before I can do lives. So yeah, that's basically, that's it. That's all I can think of. Obviously, not being able to do much in the next week at least gives me time to sort of explore things. Yeah, so that's basically it. Oh, Shadow's turn now for the invasion. Hello, Mr. Shadow. How have you been? You've been ever so good today, haven't you? I've probably confused these guys now, because when I'm away, my cat sitter comes in the afternoon, so that's when they get fed. When I come home, I always feed them first thing in the morning. So they have transitioned from being fed at 3 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning, and the last week I've been on super early, so they've been fed at 3 in the morning. And now the last couple of days I've been pushing that back, so that I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and they've not been fed, because I want to just push them, because tomorrow they're being fed at 3 in the afternoon. But I will say, after brushing you last night, Shadow, you feel so lovely. Wonderful cat. It's like a little felt cushion. It's absolutely beautiful. Spirit hasn't quite got rid of her wiry fur. Both of these cats seemed quite wiry when they were kittens, and then as they got a bit older, I think once they go through their first winter of adulthood, I think the thick wiry fur comes out, and then you get the soft fur. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to leave it there. I did want to do another short update. I say another short update. I want to do a short update, but once again, that's never happened. Although this one is on target to be less than half an hour. So yeah, guys, I honestly don't know what's happening next week apart from pre-recorded videos. If I do find myself with a little bit of time, I might do a live. The hotel, by the way, it sounds fantastic and scary at the same time. Oh, I've just discovered something that's going to drag this video out for a long time. But as I know it's going to go on for a little bit longer, I'm just going to take a cut, and I can go and do personal things, and I'll come back and finish it. See you in a second. Sorry about that, guys. I just need to take a little break. So, yes, I think I'm becoming a hardcore Doctor Who fan again. I'm not sure. So, in last week's update, I said about the way Doctor Who's going, and I really didn't like it. And I watched the 3rd episode, which I thought there was a little bit of hope. And then yesterday, I watched the 4th episode. Now, I then, later in the afternoon, my friend came round. I said, "Oh, have you seen the Doctor Who?" And she went, "No." So we binged watched from the Christmas special all the way. So we watched 5 episodes back to back. Now, Christmas episode, goblins stealing babies, you sing a tune and you rescue the baby. I'll give them that because it's Christmas. Christmas is a little bit of a time for silliness. So it was all very silly, but it was a Christmas episode. So fair enough, you know, maybe we're missing the idea of the Christmas spirit. I don't like the fact they're calling it season 1. I don't mind them calling the new Who the very beginning, season 1. But as far as I'm concerned, this is what, season 14? By saying it's season 1, they're saying it's a brand new thing. But it isn't. It's continuing on. So as far as I'm concerned, it's what, season 14? I might actually release this as a separate video, just this section. I don't know. Right. So, episodes 1 and 2, I felt they had a very gay agenda. It wasn't so much about Doctor Who, it was more about gay, being black. And I really cannot now stand the actor, what's his name? QE Gutwell, I still can't say his name. The reason I hate him is, and I do use the word hate, now maybe I don't mean hate, I really dislike him, I strongly dislike him, because he's come out, first of all he said, you know, if you don't like the programme, get out, go outside, touch grass. In other words, fuck off. And then he's got upset when everybody did. This third episode has got the lowest ratings ever of a Doctor Who show. And I think partly that's because people didn't like episodes 1 and 2, so they haven't bothered watching episode 3, so they don't know how good or bad it is. But to tell us to go away and then get upset when we do go away, I think is a little bit, it's a bit millennial, isn't it? Secondly, he's pretty much said those that don't like the new Doctor Who are racist and bigots. No, I'm sorry. You know, why does everything have to be... you know, I got caught in an incident before. I had a guy... he attacked me and it all went through the police. It's all dealt with now. But his defence was, I made a racial slur at him. And I'm like, really? You do something? And I've had this so much... and it's just become an excuse. Sorry, guys, this is an opinion. You know, if you think I'm wrong, you're entitled to that. I really hate it when you do something and people go, oh, that's racist. And it's just become such a diluted saying with no meaning now. You know, I've had a guy in the past get on the bus and he's flashed his day ticket so fast at me that I've called him back. And he's gone, oh, you're being racist. I said, no. I said, I can't see your ticket that quick. Now, let me give you my definition of racism, which is treating somebody differently based on their colour of their skin or their race. So, therefore, if I don't watch a programme that has a white guy in it, and then I don't watch a programme with a black guy in it, am I being racist? I'm treating the two the same. I'm basing that on their acting abilities. The guy with the ticket, yeah, if I had a white person walk past me too quick and I call him back, yeah, that's fair, isn't it? I'm treating people the same. So this racist comment, I'm sorry, Cutie, I cannot... Your words have no substance to me anymore. You've used that throwaway comment. So now the racist cause means less to me because of your comment. If you had a genuine cause for calling something racist, you know, if a friend of mine went for a job and they didn't get the job, and it was clearly they didn't get the job because of the colour of their skin, I would be absolutely pissy, really angry. But if you go for a job and someone better applies for a job and you don't get it because someone else is better qualified, and then you come back and say, oh, they didn't get me because they're racist. No, sorry. Anyway, that aside, it now brings on a new problem. I've said I liked episode 3, boom. Basically, the Doctor is in the middle of this war zone and he steps on a landmine, and most of the problem solving is actually done around them. And I quite liked that. And I really liked the fact that the Doctor was kind of dissing religion, which is something that's important to me. I can respect people's opinions. If someone comes up to me and says I'm an atheist, I can respect your opinion. Don't expect me to agree with you, but you have your right. And I know there's a lot of people out there that doesn't follow religion, and a lot of people who do follow religion don't follow my religion. That's absolutely fine. But then at the end, he tells this girl to, keep the faith. And then someone says, I thought you didn't have a place, basically, I didn't think you didn't have faith. And he basically says, just because I don't have faith doesn't mean I don't need it. And I thought that was a wonderful line. And of course, there's the wonderful line, which a lot of people called a gay agenda, is when he said to there was a woman called Monday, and obviously his companion's called Ruby Sunday. And he said, oh, you should marry Ruby, then your name would be Monday Sunday. Right? Just because he's saying two women should get married doesn't make it a lesbian agenda. I mean, it's the sort of thing I would have said. I don't know if I said this last week, but many years ago I used to work for a company. The manager was a lady called Ray. Also at the time, the Norwich goalkeeper was called Brian Gunn. And I said to her, the very first thing that came in my head was, you should marry the Norwich goalkeeper, then your name would become Ray Gunn. It's the kind of thing I would say. So anyway, on to yesterday's episode, and I'm really, really sorry, there may well be a spoiler coming. So basically what happened was, they arrive in Wales, they step on this, I think it's called a something circle. It's like, it's obviously a pagan-y thing. It's to bind dead spirits so that they can rest easy. And they break it, and then suddenly the doctor disappears and this lady appears, this ghosty lady, and and on it goes. And I thought that was a really good episode. Then I watched one of the reviews, and I actually completely disagreed with him, because I think it's now become fashionable to say, oh, Doctor Who's crap because there's a gay agenda, or there's a racist agenda, or there's this agenda, that agenda. Basically, this guy was picking on this for that, and I didn't see any of it. I didn't see any of these kind of agendas. There was, in the pub, there was a gay man. I didn't know he was gay. Well, I don't know, I'm assuming he's gay. We've never been told he's gay. Basically, you've got this guy, and he's got makeup on, but he's obviously presenting as male because, well, I think he's presenting as male. And then they talk about this this Mad Jack, and he says, oh, he'll get me first, you know why. We all know why he'll kill me first. And I'm assuming that he's assuming he'll get killed first because he's gay. And I didn't have a problem with that, because I see the new I think there's a sub generation within the millennials, which I call the entitled generation. They seem to believe they should get everything on a plate. I'm talking about the slightly younger millennials, sort of 15 to 20. They just seem to think they should have everything handed to them, and the world owes them a living. And I look at some of the young kids, and I think that's a comment that a lot, oh yeah, they're all going to pick on me because I'm special, I want to be special, which could have been me at the beginning of this video. I don't know, anyway. But I thought it was a really good episode. Not as good as last week's episode, but definitely it's really tough fight between the two episodes. But I'm now starting to find, maybe I'm just get bored with everyone shouting gay agenda, but I think that they're looking for gay agendas when it's not actually there. So I don't suppose this weekly update will get spotted by the hardcore Doctor Who fans. And if anyone who's subscribed to my channel is a big hardcore Doctor Who fan, drop a comment. Let's have a discussion about it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm watching it. See, there might be a little bit of me. I've invested a lot of time and effort in Doctor Who over the years. And for me to say, that's it, I'm finished with it, have I wasted all my years watching it? And I was like this with Game of Thrones. The final season, I thought was a load of tosh. It was like they were trying to tie everything up too quickly. But I'd invested all my time in 7 long seasons, and I didn't want to just go, I'm giving up on it now. And I saw it through, and I saw some good and some bad in it, you know. And maybe it's the same with Doctor Who. But yeah, I am starting to enjoy Doctor Who now. And the great thing is, for the next 3 weeks, I can watch it on TV in bed because, as you know, I don't have a TV license, so I have to rely on watching it around other people's. So obviously, being in a hotel, I can watch BBC. So yeah, that's basically it. I've also been re-watching Torchwood. Haven't seen that in a few years, so I'm re-watching it. And there's a couple of films that I'm getting into the old films again, watching the old films again. What have I watched? For some reason, I watched Battle of Britain again and Dam Busters. I do that maybe. I'm doing that about once a week, once a fortnight at the moment. But this is why I've not got much done. I've just sat at my desk and gone, I can't do this. And then I jumped into bed and I watched a bit of TV. So right, guys, that is it. So how long are we looking at now? Oh, I'm less than an hour. That's pretty good for me, isn't it? I'm not going to say life is brilliant. Life is quite scary for me right now because I have no idea what's happening. I'll be honest with you. I'll say what I've said to my friends at work. I've got a feeling I'm not going to enjoy Manchester. A couple of weeks ago I was going, yeah, Manchester, this could be really good for me. Now I'm really not sure. I just can't see. I do seem to have a bit of a skill in being able to make things work in the situation that I'm in. The one advantage, obviously, I'm going down in my car, so normally I take 2 suitcases, one for my work clothes and one for all my other stuff. All my shirts and trousers have been washed and they're on hangers, so they're hanging in the car, which gives me extra room in the suitcases. And also, one thing I keep trying to do with my modelling gear in London is to bring back. I've got quite a few bits that I don't actually use, and they're there. And I want to, like my Warhammer stuff. The case is getting rather full, so I want to bring some of those figures back, but I just haven't got the space. So one thing that I don't know why I've just decided to have a fiddle with this white primer. It just looked like it separated, so I want to give it a good shake. I don't know why I did that. So what I can do is bring some stuff back, and then because obviously I've got my car, so I'm going to take a couple of empty boxes in the back of the car, so it just gives me a little bit extra space. And then I think I was going to tell you about the hotel. So this hotel, apparently it's got a bar, which is quite normal. They give us breakfast, which is very normal. Apparently there's a restaurant that I can eat in there anytime I want. Don't know what the hotel prices are like. I've seen the cost of the hotel. Now, that's not relevant to me because I don't pay the bill. But, obviously, if they're putting us in a hotel that's costing them £200 a night, and then there's another hotel that's costing £20 a night that has a good standard, then obviously they'll look at getting us in the £20 one. So if it's really expensive, I mean, the last hotel I was at was really expensive because it's quite close to the exhibition centre in London. But the way they got round that was to book it well in advance, sort of a month or so in advance. And they used to get it really, really cheap because they're booking in advance. That's the way to book hotels, guys. This is why I'm trying to book Telford now rather than waiting until October. But saying that, if I'm in Manchester, I can drive down. I'll definitely take my car with me. So yeah, this hotel is actually not too expensive. I don't think it's very expensive. And they have a gym, which I might make use of. And they have a swimming pool, and they have a sauna. Now, I'm touching on trans subjects here, so, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. So if it bores the crap out of you talking trans things, I'm just switch off now. So when I had my op, I remember my psychiatrist saying to me, "What does this op actually mean to you?" And I said, "I know it's not going to turn me into a Disney princess," which it clearly hasn't. But it should give me the confidence to do things that I've been too scared to do before, like go swimming. I'm going to get a little tiny bit crude, not crude, but obviously pre-op, if I put a swimming costume on and I've got a lump down there, that doesn't look very good. So obviously now 16 years ago I had my op. I don't have a lump down there. I should theoretically be able to wear a swimming costume. But I haven't. I'm still too scared to go swimming. Now, basically I want to push myself to get myself a swimming costume, probably get myself a pair of shorts. It's not right down there that I have the issue. It's the body shape. I have developed real body conscious issues, and I don't have these nice shapely hips. So, you know, it's I'll try and just try and do something, you know. Hopefully this will be my mental health journey will help. But like most things in life, you have to do it for the first time, and then hopefully you get a favourable. I'll give you a really, really good example. The first time I came out was in a gay club, and I was worried that people were going to judge me, and obviously that's a stupid thing to say, because what actually happened was everyone was nice and friendly. And then I actually went out in public, and there's a couple of looks, but on the whole people didn't really give a toss. And then the first time I had my gender clinic appointment in London, I was so scared to jump on a train. Where was I at the time? I was living in Buckinghamshire at the time. No, I wasn't. I was living in Bristol. And I'm travelling all the way from Bristol to London on the train. And I was just worried about any comments, any negative reactions I was going to get. And do you know what? No one batted an eyelid. And when I got to London, now if you've never been to London, you can't relate to this, but don't you get some... Right, when I say weirdo, I'm talking about by comparison to normal, what society says is the norm. So in comparison to what society says is normal, don't you get some bloody weirdos on the tube? So actually I looked quite normal compared to some people. And there was other people were getting weird looks because, I don't know, they paired their yellow t-shirt with their red trousers or something. And I just didn't really stand out too much. And that gave me a hell of a lot of confidence. Now, what stopped me from going swimming is the fear of the comments that I'm going to get. Right? Not the comments I've had, but the worry about the comments that I will get. Right, and remember, I was worried about the comments I will get going to London, and it never happened. So the obvious answer there is to just do it. Just do it. Jump in the swimming pool, put your swimming costume on. You know, one thing I've shared on Facebook, how to get your beach ready body. Take clothes off, put swimming costume on, go to beach. You know, that's your beach ready body. In other words, you know, I'm one of these people, I will tell other people, oh, don't worry about what you look like, just be happy. You know, if you're comfortable, just do it. And then here's me, I can't follow my own advice. Maybe I know my answer to all my problems. I'm also going to a LGBT, A, B, the letters. So I take the mickey, and I think I can get away with it because I am one of the letters. But this LGBTQ plus thing, Manchester's a lot more friendly towards that, so maybe that will boost my confidence. Maybe that's just what I need. I need a bit of a confidence booster. I have done one thing this week, talking of confidence boosting. I've actually started on my real grade Gundam. I didn't like the first one because it was all green and it just didn't fit very well. And I just thought, do you know what? I'll get on with it. And it just meant I'm able to do something. I have done something, and that has actually taken hours. But you know, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's really, really nice, but I'd like to repaint the pieces. I just want to pull that apart, put a bit of primer on it, like all the red bits, do them red, add a little bit of highlighting on the sharp details, and then put it back together again. And that is effectively the mojo that I've lost, isn't it? So maybe it has done its job and given me a little bit of my mojo back. Also, because I probably won't have much of my modelling gear with me, I'm taking a starter set with me to London. I'm not going to be filming it. I'm going to be doing it for my personal pleasure. And I'm just going to get on with it, and then maybe that will help me. So the title of this video being Everything's on its way, I think is literally and not literally is probably the best title possible, because everything is on its way. I think it's mental health wise, I think I have a little bit of doing to do. Because basically my attitude now is no one's going to help me do it. So I'm just going to get on with it. And why do I want to cry right now? I don't know. Maybe I need a good blubber. I'm leaving in 4 hours. So for about a 4 or 5 hour drive, I'll be in my car all on my own. Parts of the journey there will be no radio reception, so I'll probably either put Amazon Music on, I don't know, maybe just play some sad songs and just have a good old blubber and just get it all out of my system by the time I get to Manchester. Part work's on their way. Robocop I'm not sure about actually, because I just realised I've not had a payment go through for the next one yet. I don't think it's even due. ET's not had a payment go through. I might actually have sort of shot myself in the foot here, because if I get no part works in the next couple of weeks, I've got nothing to do next time I go to Manchester. So yeah, anyway, so the scale models that I'm working on, that you haven't seen anything yet, I have got the Saturn rocket that's in London at the moment. That's a terrible kit. The Terry Thacker build, I'm not taking that to Manchester with me because I don't know if I've got any. Oh, the exhaust pipe, that's back on. So that's what I'm at the moment. So that's going to be delayed by another 3 weeks. I'm not going to take it to Manchester with me because I don't know if I can work on it. I've got the Corsair. Now I could, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've made 5 videos. But I think there's about another 2, possibly 3 videos to complete it. I've got to redo all the paintwork, and I've just not got on with it. Again, I haven't got the motivation. I haven't got the mojo. Yeah, hopefully when I come back on holiday, I mean, I am taking 2 days out of my holiday to do some trips. Last time my friend said I don't go out enough, and I thought, and we were talking about going to Campbelltown because I want to do a visit for this lifeboat. Have I still got it here? Have I put it away somewhere? Yeah, here we go. Do you know what? I'm not going to pick it up because I think there's stuff piled up on it. But I bought the 7 class lifeboat, and I really want to get on with that. And I'm hoping to do that as a buddy build. But I've gone and said to someone, oh, I want to buy you this kit. And he's gone, yeah, lovely, yeah, brilliant, here's my address. And then I haven't had the funds to send it yet. But you know what I'm like with parcels. If I say I'm going to send you something, you'll probably get it 3 months later. I admit that I'm like that. I'm not like some people who promise and promise and promise and you never get it. I just have a stupidly absent mind. Right, guys, that is it for me. I think I've gone over an hour now. It's hard to tell because I'm recording this in 2 bits. So, yeah, I'm going to let you all go. I've bored you no more. Quite possibly by the time you watch this video, I've probably got my watch hours in. So, but still go and please watch other videos for me. I'm going to possibly also work on some new snippety things. I've got an affiliate with Rosemary & Co. So I want to do a little section about Rosemary & Co. Brushes. I also saw a new, I think this is absolutely brilliant, a new, please hit the like button, subscribe and share. So I'll do a little segment for that. And I might even, I'm thinking about possibly a complete channel revamp. Just, you know, I don't know. But it's a good sign because I'll be honest with you. Last Monday, Tuesday, I was actually thinking about just deleting my channel and just giving up on YouTube. That's part of the reason why I was crying. That I've worked so hard on my channel and I'm so close to getting an achievement on it. And I just want to throw it all away. But then I just thought, well, actually, rather than throw YouTube away, maybe have a little bit of a focus on Rumble and possibly even think about going back onto Twitch. And then that way, if I ever want to give up on YouTube, I don't have to give up on YouTube. I just have to prioritise Rumble and Twitch. And then maybe something will happen. Maybe I'm just upset by the current mood. Anyway, I have waffled on way too long. Everybody have a wonderful week. I have got some content coming for 3 days. As I say, the gauntlet is delayed, which I'm a bit upset about, but you know, that's what it is. Eddie Stobart is, to be honest with you, I think it would have arrived yesterday had it not been for 2. We actually have 2 holidays. They're like bank holidays. On Monday, you've got the bank holiday. I think is a big nationwide bank holiday. But the Friday just gone, they have some strange bank holidays in Scotland. I think this is an Ayr or a Lancashire or a West Scotland bank holiday. So we have a couple of, we've got a Glasgow bank holiday, just because they can. So yeah, we've actually got a long weekend in Scotland. Doesn't apply to me because my holidays are a bit different. Instead of getting 20 days holiday and then getting bank holiday lieu days, I actually get 28 days holiday, but I don't get paid extra if I work a bank holiday. It all works out the same. And I've always been one of those drivers that I will absolutely desperately scrabble to get work 5 bank holidays in a year. Then that gives me an extra week's holiday. Now I've automatically got them. In fact, if anything, I'd rather work a bank holiday because they tend to be quiet on a bank holiday. If you don't like people, the best time to be a bus driver is Easter Sunday. It's like a ghost town. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you in the next... I'll see you next Sunday. I might do a little bit of... Oh, guys, quickie, if you're still watching this, you're obviously one of my hardcore viewers. I've got an opportunity here. I want to do, like, not a daily diary, but some kind of diary of an on-loan bus driver. is that something that would interest you? Maybe a quick 5-minute video. This is what I've been up to as a bus driver. The cameras will be different because I'll have to use my mobile phone. But yeah, is it something that you'd be interested in? I suppose the obvious answer to that is just make it and then see what the views are like. Right guys, that's it. I've just got a few more things to get ready, and I'm jumping in my car. I've got to fill the car up with diesel and hope the fuel tank doesn't bottom out on with the weight. Check my oil, check my tyres, check my water. I've got to fill up my, do you know what? People thought I was joking when I said this. I ran out of screen wash. Where my car's been sitting for 3 weeks, all my windscreen was dusty, and I kept forgetting to fill the screen wash up. So I'm driving to work with a dusty screen, and then after about a week it just absolutely poured down the rain, and everyone's going, oh no, it's raining, oh I can't stand the rain, and I'm going, woohoo, I've got a clean windscreen now because it's raining. But yeah, so bit of car maintenance to do. Right guys, take care, and I will see you next week if not before. Ta-ra!